Drum Brigade.
Just start.
He's oyendo.
It's getting cold. Man, you guys are awesome. I could do that again. Anytime, anywhere, any place.
Yo, what's up? My name is Fredo Ortiz, also known as Fredo Ortiz. I'm a drummer and percussionist. I'm from Los Angeles, California. Grew up in Gardena, California. And I've been playing for a long ass time. I started when I was real young, probably when I was 6 years old. I saw my older brother in a band and I saw him playing every day, and I think I always wanted to sit behind the drummer. And I didn't know that that's what I liked, but it wasn't until I got to about 5th grade that they offered drumming in school and a music class. And I got to start playing on a practice pad, little gray and white Remo practice pad, and playing quarter notes, and it kind of kept going every year. Like my parents kind of kept me going about music, and every year I was in band. I was in band until I was in probably like 6th, 7th grade. I was in like concert band. So all of a sudden I started playing timpani, xylophone, cymbals, and bass drum, and concert snare. And, you know, I was still hadn't hit me until I finally got to high school and I joined marching band. And marching band is where I got most of my chops and kind of gathered what I was really doing on a drum set, on a drum, on a single snare drum, on quads. I was gonna call them rototoms, quads, you know, and even bass drum. There'd be you know, a 20-inch bass drum, 18-inch bass drum, 36-inch bass drum, like what everything did. And by high school, you know, I started joining bands, and one was a punk rock band called The Villains. The other one was a ska band called Yes Ska. So I started getting into it, you know. So that's kind of like the span of where I started getting educated in drums. And I think when I was about 13, 14 years old, I went to Cal State LA. They had an early morning summer conservatory, I think, which ended up becoming LACHSA, LA County Music of the Arts. I was learning piano, I was learning voice, I was obviously, and it was 7 in the morning. I didn't want to get up that early, you know, but I had to, and it was all that knowledge I use now, everything that I went through. I'm currently playing drums with Gogo Bordello, a gypsy punk band from New York City. Amazing band, you gotta check them out. Gypsy punk. It involves playing ska, one drop, cumbia, traditional Romanian folk with a hint of what? I don't know. You just gotta see it. You know? But back in the day, in Los Angeles, I used to play in a band called Yes Ska, which was a ska band, all-instrumental ska band from Los Angeles, with the influences of Afro-Cuban beats, jazz, and traditional ska. I then played for a group called Los Villains, which was a punk rock band from Whittier. Eventually moved on to a band called Ozo Motley, and I started playing percussion with them. So I started exploring Latin percussion outside of drum set. So I started learning songo rhythms, I started learning cha-cha rhythms, I started learning cumbia, like stuff that was kind of part of my culture, but I hadn't really explored it until I had to play it. And around that time, about 1995, I met Money Mark, and I ended up playing for the Beastie Boys. And they hired me as a percussionist, Latin percussionist. And the cool thing was that I already listened to all their records for so many years, so I kind of came in knowing the material. But to be at that caliber of, you know, musicianship, or, you know, just touring and just traveling the world, it was kind of an eye-opening experience. From the point of me growing up in Los Angeles, growing up in Gardena, California, kind of growing up with hip-hop, growing up with punk rock, growing up with skateboarding, you know, mongoose bicycles, like GTs, like, and then listening to the Beastie Boys, listening to Minor Threat, listening to, you know, all kinds of cool stuff. And by the time I started touring, it kind of, my life kind of changed to where all I did was play music, and it was, you know, an amazing experience that I still get to do. Right now, I'm in Mexico playing Western Standard Time, ska band, orchestra from Los Angeles, tribute ska band to the Scoutlights. To add to that, when I was in Yesca, we opened up for the Scoutlights many a time in the early 90s. Amazing band, I learned a lot from them. Even Uru beats, like ska beats, traditional, like, I don't know, I was just soaking it all up. My favorite thing to do besides playing drums is playing drums. And then there's playing drums, and then I like to spin records. I like to listen to my dad's record collection, which spans from, I don't know, Jean-Luc Ponty to The Doors to The Beatles to Eddie Palmieri to Javier Solís to, I don't know, it's just kind of all over the place. 3 things that people may not know about me. One is I snore very loud. So if we're on tour or we're sharing a room or, best flip your coin, if you want to stay with me. Otherwise, I get my own room. I'm going to sleep anyway. So, second thing would be is that I also play guitar and piano and bass, and I try to sing. I have my own project called Mongoloids. I made my own record in 2014. I played all the instruments on it. Not many people know that I could do that. I didn't even know that I could do that, but I tried. So, third thing would be, what would the third thing be? Is that I don't have acid reflux problems anymore. I eat really well these days, so that's a key to life, is to eating well. Right? My setup kind of varies on the different bands that I play for. Going back to punk rock, I played a 5-piece kit. Snare, rack floor, and kick drum, 2 crashes, a ride, and hi-hat. As basic as you can get. With the ska band, it kind of expanded where I started playing the Latin rhythms. And I added, instead of toms in front of me, I added timbales. So I had a 14 and 15 inch timbal with cowbell mounted on the bass drum. And still a 4-tom, 16-inch 4-tom to get that low end, some crashes, hi-hat. Some wood blocks on the left-hand side to kind of play cascara on the hi-hat and play clave on the wood blocks. Percussion, I do congas, bongos, timbales, all your auxiliary that you can get. Whatever you find at Guitar Center, whatever you find in your mom and pop store, little jingles. You find a cowbell at the swap meet, buy it. Why not? It'll come in use at one point. What else? I mean, I haven't really gone past like maybe 6 drums, In Yesca, I used to have a tom, timbales, and mounted hi-hats and splashes. I don't know, it's kind of up to you what you want for your own sound. And I kind of explore and I keep adding things. For Gogo Bordello right now, I have snare, rack, I have a timbal made of fiberglass, I have thumb drums made for me. I got a 16-inch 4-tom and I got a 14-inch 4-tom on the left side. I got left crash, right crash, I got a ride, I got a China, and 14-inch hats. I'm playing Pearl drums right now. I'm endorsed by Zildjian, Remo Heads, Vic Firth, Simpad. I use Reunion Blues gig bags for my cymbals. What else is out there? Ultimate ears for my in-ears. And I don't know, it's kind of up to your taste of what you want around you, what flavors you want around you. Whether it be a bongo. Sometimes I play with Tommy Guerrero, ex-skateboarder, plays music, and I went on tour with them, and I added bongos as toms instead of a timbal. So, it's up to you. Yo, I want to thank Drum Brigade for putting this out there. My homie Corey, we play with Western Standard Time. If you did ever catch this, we did this dope solo together. He kills it on the drums. I hit the bongos, timbales, whatever you want. We're just making rhythms left and right. You can find me on Facebook under Fredo Ortiz, Fredo Ortiz. My solo project is called Mongoloids, Bongoloids, and I'm at mongoloids.com. And I don't know, just find me out there. Whenever you're out there, hit me up. I'm more than ready to say hello and greet you and say what's up. If you have any questions, hit me up. All right, peace.